Good afternoon, everyone. So we'll continue with chapter 4 of geography, which is climate. So we will basically discussing about distance from the sea. So in this, we already discussed about the land bridge and sea bridge, right? So land bridge circulation and sea bridge circulation we have already discussed, and because of that the coastal areas, so because of that land bridge circulation and sea bridge circulation, we can understand that the sea exerts a moderating influence on climate, right? They keep the temperature moderate in the coastal areas. Now the thing is, we were talking about the distance from the sea. How distance from the sea basically influence the climate. So in that we took the example of Mumbai and Delhi. So if we see, Mumbai is near to the sea. So if you see, the land bridge circulation and sea bridge circulation is being done here in the proper manner. And like this, when we see the climate of Mumbai is moderate. When we compare the other things like population, if you see the Mumbai and Delhi, it is similar population they are having, right? Now, they both are metro cities. So these both are basically, when we compare in terms, in other terms, they are basically similar to each other. But the distance from the sea make the climate of these two places very different from each other. So when we see this is near to the sea, Mumbai is near to the sea, so the climate which it is having is moderate type of climate. But when we see the climate of Delhi, it is far from this sea, the distance is more, and this place is having extreme hot in summers and extreme cold in winters. Okay, so like this, if we compare these two places, we will find that distance from the sea influence the climate of the place. Okay, and as the distance will increase, the moderating influence decreases. Like this place will have the moderate climate, it is near to the sea. This place will be having less moderating climate. It is little bit far from the distance is increasing. Okay, the distance will increase, the moderating quality will be decreasing. Now this place will have less moderate climate from compared to this two, and this will have very less moderating climate when we compare with these three. So like this, when we compare, we will find that distance from the sea plays important role in the influence of the climate. Okay. Now place. So I will move ahead with the other topic. So can anyone tell me how many elements we have discussed till now? The elements which controls the climate, how many elements till now we have discussed? Please write your answer in the comment chat. Yes, we discussed latitude, altitude, pressure and wind system, distance from the sea. Now next is ocean current. Next we have is ocean current. So ocean current is the continuous movement of ocean water in a pattern which may change So when we talk about ocean current, it is basically the continuous movement of ocean water. Continuous movement of ocean water, and they are having a certain type of pattern. Okay. If you see waves, waves are different from the ocean current. They are not actually the ocean current. Okay. Ocean current, waves are also the movement of ocean water, but they are not having a certain pattern, if you see. But when we talk about the ocean current, they are having a continuous movement, they are having a kind of pattern. This pattern may change because of other elements, but still you will find a pattern, okay, in that, in their movement. Now, this movement is influenced by other factors. So they are basically influenced by wind, waves, rotation of the earth and slopes. We have more also, but these are the main major factors which influence the movement of ocean current. Now, how wind will influence the ocean current? For that, what you can do? Keep a bucket full of water, okay, or take water in some bowl or anything, okay. Now, just blow some air from your mouth in that. When you will blow some air in that, you will find the water is moving. It will move, okay. So when you are blowing, this is water, and when you will blow air from this side, you will find the water is moving in this direction. When you will blow from this side, the water will move this in this way, right? So like this, wind can influence the movement of the ocean current. Okay. Now, waves are also responsible for influencing the water current. There are many waves, huge waves are there. So they also influence the movement of ocean current. These huge waves. Okay. Now, rotation of the earth. Rotation of the earth. Yesterday I explained you the Coriolis force of the earth. Right? When we travel in train and when we throw something out of the train, it will just move in the opposite direction of the train. It will not will be at the same place. So the same way, the earth in a bottle. When you will move that bottle, you will find the water is also moving. Yes, it happens. Or you keep water in some ball and you move just ball from downwards. When ball will move, you will find the water will also move. Right? So the same way, when earth is continuously rotating, the water is also having a kind of movement. Right? So the rotation of earth also influences the movement of the ocean current. Now is slopes. Now it is slopes. So when you see, when we will keep some water on a slope, the area which is slope, so what will happen? The water will, without any force, it will just go down in speed. Right? Not only water, you find anything. When you are driving vehicle, in that also you will find when it is slow, you don't need to put much force on that. When you are bicycling, do you put any force when you are on slow? No. It will go themselves. Right? The same way in the slope also, the water moves themselves without any force. So these are some of the factors which basically influence the movement of the ocean current. Okay. Now the movement of ocean current are of two types. There are two types of movement of ocean current. One is hot current and second is cold current. Okay. Till now anyone is having any question here? In this part, is there any confusion or any question? Okay. So there are two types of ocean current, movement of ocean current. One is hot current and the second one is cold current. So we'll understand this. How? First you see. Suppose this is Earth. This is the equator. Okay. This is the equator. And as we know, the equator is the hottest place. This place is the hottest place. Right. So the movement which will be here near the equator, it will be hot. Right. The area here will be hot. So the movement here, the water which will move here will be hot. The wind will be hot, and because of that the water will also be hot. Right. Now suppose it is moving like this, and here is some island or something. So it will turn down. Right. The ocean current will turn down. When it will come down, here the area is very cold. Here it is hot and here it is cold. So when it will come down, and again some breakers are there, so it will move here. So it will be cold because of these places and the cold climate. Right? Now again it will go up, because what happens, why it is moving like this? It is moving like this. That also we will understand now. It is moving like this. As we already told, it is continuously moving. That is ocean current. It is continuously moving. Also, it is moving in a certain pattern. Maybe it may change because of some other influences. It may change, but still there will be a certain pattern of their movement. So suppose this is a certain pattern in which it is moving. So obviously the climate of the place will affect this the temperature of this place, right? So when we will see here, we will find hot currents, because this area is the hot place, hottest, this place is having hot climate. So when this ocean current is moving here, it is having the hot current. Okay, now it will come here and this area is having a cold climate, so this current will be the cold current. Understood? When again it will go here and it will come, it will again follow the same pattern. Okay, now the thing is, why it is moving like this? Why it is moving? So it is moving because our earth is having the other landforms also, right? Suppose here is some island, so it will stop this ocean current. This ocean current just cannot go beyond this island, right? It cannot just take the island with it. No. Now continents are there, so it just cannot take the continent with it, right? So what it will do? It will change its way of movement, right? So when it will come here, it will hit the island, it will turn. When again here some continents are there, so it will turn, right? So this is what the ocean current is. This is how the movement of ocean current is. Okay. Now the thing is, these we understood the movement of the ocean current, hot current and cold current. So why are there hot current and cold current? That also we understood. And how is the movement of the ocean current? So now we will discuss ocean currents along with onshore winds affect the climate of a place. Climate of coastal area. How? For example, we will understand western margin. This is very, very important. Western margins of continents in the subtropics have deserts. So why are these coastal western margins of continents are having the deserts? This is basically related with the ocean current, and this is very important. So when you will go through the map, first we should understand the map. Suppose this is South America, this is North America, okay. Now here it will come South Africa, Now we have these areas are having the desert. This statement is saying that western margins of continent in the subtropic, they are having the deserts. Why they are having so? So in this, if you see, first we need to understand where they are having deserts. Are they actually having deserts? So yes, when we see on the western margins of South Africa, you will find China. You will find Atacama Desert, driest place of the world. The Atacama Desert you will find which is in China. Okay, so somewhat here you will find Atacama Desert. So if you see, it is on the western coast. It is on the western coast. The same way we will find in South Africa. So when we find in South Africa, we have Namibia Desert, then we have Kalahar. So here also on the western margin we find that deserts are there. Then if you see India is also having desert in the western margin. Then you go to Australia, Great Victoria and all. So here also you will find that you have the desert on the western coast. So the question is why it is only on the western coast? So here the ocean current plays very important role. Okay, how is that? Now see how the movement of ocean current is. I just explained to you just now how it moves. So in that way only we will understand. How it moves? As I told, the equator is there, right? You have equator. So the places near to the equator will be warm. So we will have the hot current. So suppose from here it will have hot current. It is having hot current, right? It will again turn down. Here also you will have hot current. Then again it will come here. It will have cold current. Because the latitudes changed. This is equator and here you will find the polar climate, polar type of climate. So when this will go here, this air will become, this ocean current will become cold. It is moving from cold climate. Now when it will go up, here also it is having cold current. Right? So you can see when it is moving from downwards, it is becoming cold. The same way here it is having hot climate, sorry. When it is turning, it is having hot climate. But when it is coming from polar regions, it is having the cold climate. Here also it is having the cold climate. Okay? The same way it is moving here also. The hot climate, hot ocean current, but here it is having the cold current and when it is going up, it is having the cold current. So basically if you see what these western margins are facing, which ocean current these western margins are facing? So these western margins are facing the cold current. They are facing cold current. Now, if they are facing cold current, why the deserts are there? So, when there is cold current, there will be no evaporation. Will there be any evaporation? Sand is already there on the coast. On the coast, sand is already there, right? Now, suppose these ocean currents are moving. So, will there be any evaporation? There will be no evaporation because it is very cold. These are the cold currents. So, this will make this place cold, right? The cold currents will be there. So, because of that, there will be no evaporation, no cloud formation. There will be no cloud formation. If there is no cloud formation, there will be no rain. Will there be any rain? There will be no rain. deserts. Understood? So these cold currents, basically, these ocean currents are responsible for rain also. If hot current is blowing, the rain will be there because evaporation will be there. How is the rain water cycle? You would have read about the water cycle in the science, right? So when we talk about water cycle, it should be, we need the hot climate, no? We need the sunlight. Sunlight will be there. Then water here will be evaporate. Then it will form the cloud. That is first evaporation, then condensation will take place. After that, precipitation will take place, right? So without evaporation, will there be condensation? Will there be cloud formation? It will be not there. So these cold currents, when they blow, they do not evaporate because they are cold. Water can evaporate when they are hot. So when they are cold, they will not evaporate. When they will not evaporate, there will be no cloud formation. When cloud formation will be not there, there will be no rain. And if the rain is not there, obviously this place will become hot, no? Without rain, this place will become hot, they will become desert. Okay. So like this, if you see, ocean currents also influence the climate of a place. So is there any question till now? Okay, one more thing I want to tell you. India is having exception in this. The ocean current here is different. The ocean current which is here, it is different. So that we will discuss when we will discuss the climate of India. When we will discuss all this term in all these elements in terms of India, then we will understand how the ocean current is different. And I must tell you that here the ocean current is different because the India is peninsula. It is peninsula, and because of peninsula, they are having a different type of ocean current that we will discuss later. So till now, anyone is having any question? How this ocean current influence the climate of a place? We have already done. So if you have any question in this, you can ask. So everyone understood the distance from the sea, how the distance from the sea influences the place, how the ocean from the ocean current influence the climate of a place. Now we are left with relief. We are only left with relief. So we will do relief tomorrow. Okay. And after that, these basically we were just now talking about the climate controls. In your book, if you see, these terms are not explained very deeply. These terms are not explained very deeply in your book. But I am explaining it deeply so that the concept will be clear in your mind. And when I will teach the terms in India, in regard with India, you will understand each and everything. You can connect. So because of that, I just explained these things very deeply. It is not there in your book. In your book, it is explained very less. Okay. So you need to understand first this climate control elements, and then you will understand the climate of India properly. Why everything is like that. So one thing is left, relief, and after relief, we will go forward with the Indian climate of India. Okay. Thank you all for today.